So last night I got to do some more raid testing. This time I'll be going over what I got to see from Zul on Mythic difficulty in the new Battle for Azeroth raid Uldir, Halls of Control. So if you like these kind of videos, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and let's get on with the video. So I'm really pumped about this fight. It seems to be one hell of a hectic fight. Chaos abound! There's ads, more ads, and a shit ton of mechanics to deal with. You have to deal with each set of ads and their mechanics while you nuke down Zul himself, who kinda floats about shooting a few spells every now and then. So each of the ad has a very specific mechanic that interacts with each other and buffs each other, if you will. And you can only kill them at certain times when they have a debuff, otherwise they just res. So killing them in a proper order at the proper time is key, since not only are they a pain in the ass, they keep spawning. So you can't just keep them up and take your time with it, you have to kill them off before new ones spawn. So let's start out with Zul and his abilities. First one being Pool of Darkness. Every now and then Zul spawns a Pool of Darkness at a random location. This pool lasts for 20 seconds and will pulse out damage to the raid if no one stands in it. The player that stands in this pool will take a ton of damage and get a stacking debuff, which lasts until Zul is dead, so the entire fight. And this dot does insane damage and stacks up fast. So we had 2 to 3 players taking turns soaking the pools. His second ability is his Dark Revelation. On Heroic and Mythic, this targets 2 random players, debuffing them for 10 seconds, and when it runs out, they deal damage to the entire raid. However, they deal less damage the further away they are. So when the debuff expires, they also spawn minions of Zul. These ads fixate on random players, and if they reach them, they fear everyone within 5 yards for 12 seconds. Whoever kills the ad also gets a stacking dot on them that lasts for 10 seconds and deal a bit of damage. However, the ads do have a dispellable buff on them called Bound by Shadow, which increases their damage done by 50% and gives them an absorb. And dispelling this buff instantly kills the ads. So we just had Blood Elves use their new fancy Arcane Torrent, or a Priest Mass dispel them to kill him off fast and is healed through the dot. Which brings us to his third ability, which is Blood Recall and Decaying Flesh. They kinda go hand in hand. So as I mentioned earlier, you can only kill the ads at certain times, and that is when they are debuffed by Decaying Flesh. So this debuff lasts for 10 seconds and hits one of the ads. After 10 seconds, it jumps to another ad, or if you kill the ad with Decaying Flesh. So you have a 10-second window to burn down the ad. But if you kill the ads when they don't have Decaying Flesh, they will resurrect after a short while. And lastly, we have Call of Blood, which is pretty much that he spawns more ads. So as I said, during the fight or during phase 1, he will continuously spawn more. So let's go over the ads and what they do. First out, we have the big one, the Crusher. So the NOS Mana Crusher has 2 abilities he uses throughout the phase. First one is his Bloody Cleave. It's a frontal cone, and this cone does a lot of damage. You really don't want it hitting anyone else except the tank. Secondly, he has a cast called Thrumming Pulse, which buffs every enemy within 30 yards, increasing their damage by 50%, and this includes himself. And this buff stacks, so you want to nuke it down before it gets out of hand. So the second ad is the NOS Mana Blood Hexer. So she has a few abilities you want to watch out for. The first one is her Blood Shard. It's an interruptible cast that deals damage to the player with the lowest health in your raid. And she will keep casting Blood Shard at all time. So having a rotation for your interrupts and CC and stuff like that is, well, mandatory. And you can CC her, so fear, stuns, etc. it all works. So next one is Congeal Blood. So this ability spawns an animated Ichor that will heal Zul for its remaining HP if it reaches him. So the Hexer should be tanked away from Zul or gripped away when she casts this to give you more time to nuke down the Ichor. The Ichor also loses 1% health every 0.5 sec. So the more distance, the better. So our last ability is the Sanguine Presence. So if another Blood Hexer spawns and comes within 20 yards of the existing Blood Hexer, they will heal every enemy for 10% of their health every 2 seconds. So yeah, you really don't want to let that happen. And the last add out is the Bloodthirsty Crags. So the first thing with the Bloodthirsty Crags is their Hunger Maw. They have 200% leech. Woohoo! So 200% of the damage they deal will heal them. So nuking them down fast, keeping them stunned, and having defensives on the tank when you burn them down will help you out. And if you fail to kill them before they reach full energy, they will use Engorged Burst, which means they will explode and give the raid a dot for 10 seconds, which takes for a lot. So yeah, that's the current mechanics for Zul on Mythic difficulty. Mind you, this is the first phase, which to me seems a bit like a burn phase. You want to handle all the adds while making sure the raid don't get too many stacks of corrupting blood from the pool of darkness and stuff like that. You also don't want Zul to get too much energy, because when he enters phase 2, he will give everyone in the raid another stack of corrupting blood based on the amount of energy he has. So basically take too long and you're dead. But yeah, overall I am really pumped to see where this fight goes. It seems like absolute madness and chaos, and it's gonna be hella fun progressing on if it's anything like it's on the current beta. It is... Whew, it's a doozy. So with that said, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments below and I will see you next time.